most people would think that the police have to be monopolized, controlled, and that's just not the case. I'm proposing that we do competitive police, competitive governance through for law enforcement. What I mean by that is there'll be roughly 12 different law enforcement agencies out there, and every citizen selects one, and then they will hire, you have to pay them fees, and then they will hire police officers. Now, all the police officers, no matter who they're being hired by, what competitive police department or competitive police law enforcement agency hires them, they will have to do immediate care for immediate situations, the 911 calls and the like. Anybody in immediate danger. There'll be a lot of guidelines around that. But how much control will be at the monopolized sector board level? So you basically you have between 5 and 20% of the citizens per law enforcement agency. So I'm just saying roughly 12. You join one, your neighbor joins maybe another one, the person down the street joins law enforcement number 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. So and then everybody has to pay their fees to that. And there'll be some mandatory fees, maybe as a percentage of your house value or percentages of your income, or maybe a percentage of your or maybe a percentage of your sales, because retailers have to do the same thing, or even wholesalers, manufacturing. There'll be a way of collecting taxes for police, because everybody needs police protection. So there'll be a way of collecting that money, and there'll be a mandatory. Everybody has to belong to one. You don't have a choice. If you choose not to join one, you're not allowed to live here. Basically, that's the social contract that I will have in the constitutional amendment creating competitive government. So, so how much control would be in the monopolized sector board? Well, a monopolized sector board is where all the competitive governments send up representatives to the sector board, and then they will have control over a little bit. Now, in the police, a little bit more than let's say schools or social security, but maybe not as much as the commander in chief and the military. But the police still need to have a lot of cooperation. So there will be one top sheriff, one top police chief. There will be top people. Now, each one of the competitive governance will have to have a top guy. Now we're talking statewide with local components. So obviously, if you have a small town, you can't have. It'd be very hard to have 12